ABC, Jack here, welcome to Vinyl Martini. It's a cold and wet day here on the west coast of Canada. I'm on southern Vancouver Island. It's just a perfect day to do a video. So I'm going to show the rest of the records that I got from the record fair in October. I'm going to show my November finds, but first of all, I just want to give Steve a shout out. Thank you so much for your kind words this morning. I just watched your video a little while ago. He gave me a shout out. I really appreciate it. And I also want to say happy birthday to Gary from Physical Format Rock and Roll. Happy belated birthday. I know it was a couple of days ago. He is he's the gentleman farmer from Ohio. Great channel. Everybody knows Gary. Everybody knows Steve. So I'm not really giving them shout outs, but I really appreciate it. They always give me comments on my video, and I appreciate that so much. So, without further ado, let's start showing the records that I got from the record fair. These are not mind-blowing records, but they are all pretty cheap. A lot of them were $2 finds, and some of them, I think the most expensive record I bought was like $8. So let's start off with Gino Vannelli, Big Dreamers Never Sleep. I'm a big Gino Vannelli fan, kind of a guilty pleasure, but if you're an audiophile, a Gino Vannelli record will never disappoint. The big hit on here was, geez, I don't even know the title. I listened to it last night. Great record though, produced by Gino Vannelli and Joe Vannelli and Ross Vannelli, so it's a family affair. Great record, Gino Vannelli. Next, I don't have any Moms and the Papas, but I found a greatest hits for $2. Played this last night, just great. I probably don't need any more of Moms and Papas records because I've got the greatest hits, but it's California Dreamin', dedicated to the one I love. I Call Your Name, Creek Alley, Go Where You Want to Go, We're Twist and Shout. They do a couple of Beatles covers, Dream a Little Dream of Me. Great vocal styles, very, very simple arrangements, but so effective. Probably don't have to buy any, like I said, I don't have to buy any more Moms and Papas records, and there are so many greatest hits things that ABC Downhill put out, that this was one of them. Next up is more of a rocker, West, Bruce and Lang, Whatever Turns You On. Great cover art. This is their second album. They only put out 3. The third was a live album. Of course, Leslie West from Mountain, Corky Lang from Mountain, and Jack Bruce from Cream are the threesome here. Blues rock, and there's a couple of piano-based blues numbers on here that are really, really good. Again, I listened to this yesterday. Highly recommended. Next up, English folk traditional band Lindisfarne. This is called Back and Forth. I pick up their records whenever I can. They're always cheap. This one was $5. The cover is a little bit beat up with some ring wear, but the record is just fine. Next up, some Southern rock with 38 Special, Tour de Force. This is trying to get the date here. It doesn't have the date, or it's too small that I can't read. Anyways, 70s record, late 70s record, Tour de Force. Love this band. They're great. Another 38 Special record. It is called, what is it called? Special Forces. Follow up to that record, I believe. Great shape. It only cost me $5 or $6. Yeah, Southern blues rock, 38 Special. Pick up blues rock or Southern rock whenever I run across it and I don't have it in my collection. Eddie Money. I picked up an Eddie Money record the other day, or maybe the other month, I should say. It was probably more correct. And I used to sort of poo-poo this guy. You know, he had hits all over the radio in the 80s. But I played it and I loved it. And this is I don't know where this falls into his discography, but this is Life for the Taking. Eddie Money, $2. I'm going to pick it up. It's in great shape. And I have a few Janis Ian records. Janis Ian, singer-songwriter. This is her first album. She recorded this when she was 15 years old. The great song, Society's Child, leads off side 1. 15 years old and you're doing a recording. of this scope is just fantastic. And the fact that she had a career for many, many years, still has a career. She's still writing, still singing, still performing. Janis Ian record called Night Rain. She composed all the numbers. Great quality. You're always, if you do like female singer-songwriter vocalists, Janis Ian does not disappoint. This is a self-titled record, Janis Ian. And she wrote all the numbers on this. No information on the back. Produced by Joe Wysert. I haven't listened to this yet, but I know it's not going to disappoint. The great Janis Ian. I know when I show this record, Mike from MGK is going to like it, and JT is going to love it. This is, of course, Bobbie Gentry and Glen Campbell together. Look at Bobbie in all her glory. Her bouffant kind of hairstyle. So great. He was married to a really famous musician. The name escapes me. I shouldn't bring this up if I don't have the information right. But they do a great copy of "Gentle on My Mind," the John Hartford song. "Less of Me," "Little Green Apples," "Morning Glory," "Terrible Tangled Web," "Sunday Morning." I love Glen Campbell. Love Bobbie Gentry. Great to have them together on a record. I've yet to get a solo Bobbie Gentry record. I see them, but they are just always mangled. But one day I'm going to hit the honey hole and going to find some for cheap. And another guilty pleasure. This is my first Cher album, and I kind of really like Cher's voice. She's not the greatest singer in the world, but she is definitely distinctive. It's featuring Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves. Great single. It's on Cap Records. Cher, $2. And last but not least, the records that I got from the record fair, and Martin from Martin's Vinyl is going to like this one. It is Savoy Brown. It's on London Records. No date on the back, of course, to help me out. It's signed by, autographed by LeBoot. Again, this was, how much was this? Yeah, this was the big purchase of me for $8. Savoy Brown. It's called Wire Fire, featuring Kim Simmons. Of course, it's featuring Kim Simmons. He's the only member of the band that was a constant all through their career. Savoy Brown. Kim Simmons just died a few years ago, I think, but good blues rock album. Yeah, happy to have another Savoy Brown record. I collect those. So those are all my October finds, and I really took it easy in November. And I did something for the first time. I don't know why I've never done this, but I bought a collection about 2 years ago, and the collection was mint. There was some country rock, it's a pretty good collection, and there was a lot of stuff in there that kind of not up my alley, but there were some children's records, by Raffi, Anne Murray, Sharon Lois and Bram. There's about 16 of them, and they are all in mint condition, and you never see those things in mint condition, and I'm not going to play them. I used to play children's records for my kids when they were kids. They're long gone, or they're older now, so they're not going to listen to kids' records. So I took them in and I traded them in, and I got a $45 credit for them. So I am going to do more of that. I'm going to cull my collection, bring some in, and get a credit, and maybe buy some re-releases, sealed re-releases, and some new albums. And I've been trying to get a copy of this. I've been looking for a copy of this for a long time, and this is Freewheelin' by Bob Dylan, his second album. Sorry for the glare. I haven't taken the shrink off yet. Fantastic record. So much better than his first record. He's really does some fine writing on here. Produced by John Hammond. I mean, everybody knows this record. If you don't have it in your collection, it's highly recommended. Nice pressing, sounds great. No crackles, no pops, no skips. And I see them out in the wild, but I see them priced at $35-40 for basically crappy copies. So sometimes you just have to break down and get a re-release. Bob Dylan, Freewheelin'. And last but not least, I haven't even broken the seal on this. I'll probably do that tonight. The Tedeschi Trucks Band. Their album is called Revelator. Double album. I've been streaming these guys for a while. I know Glenn Kellaway is a big fan of this band, and they are Southern rock band. Of course, Mr. Trucks is Butch Trucks' son, and Susan Tedeschi is a brilliant guitarist on her own. They've been around for quite a few years, 10 or 12, maybe longer than that, 15 years or so, but really quality band. I'm gonna crack it open tonight and have a fire. My daughter is here in town, so perfect opportunity to listen to some new music and have a fire. Maybe mix up a martini later on. I've got some friends coming over for happy hour, so really looking forward to that. I'm going to, in the meantime, I am going to upload this video. And what else? Oh, I just bought I just bought a collection. I think I was talking about this the other day when I told you that a friend told me about his neighbor who has a collection of 500 records. Well, funny story is he sent me the fellow's phone number in an email. So I sent him off a message, and he didn't answer me. I thought, oh, he's just ghosted me, or he decided he didn't want to sell his records. And then I get another email from my friend saying, well, my buddy hasn't heard from you yet. Are you not interested? I said, yeah, I sent him a message. I didn't get a reply. And he said, oh, this is a landline. So, I mean, people still have landlines? I guess they do. So anyways, I went over and looked at his collection. There's about 500 records, like I said, and I bought them all. Great price. I bought 500 records for $300. I mean, they're not all keepers. Some of them are going to Salvation Army. But I've got lots of material for future shows, and I will be showing them piecemeal sometime in the future. So stick around for that, and till next time, thanks for watching, and cheers, guys.